Hey, everybody, welcome. Thanks so much for being here. My name is Mike Latukin. I'm an enterprise IREP with Jasuru International, and we're excited that you're here so that we can share with you what has been life-changing and so exciting for us. So thanks again for being here, and give me 1 second, and we'll be pulling up the presentation to get started. And again, folks, thanks so much for being here. Somebody that clearly cares about you invited you here today so that you can hear what we found to be so exciting in a time when there's very little excitement. And, one of the major things that we found is that with the baby boomer era coming of age, where 1,000 people each and every day are retiring, what we're learning is that they all share three very common denominators. One is they want to look good, certainly, and they want to definitely feel good. And the third thing is, if we can enhance retirements, then that's also a very attractive notion. And a large part of this commonality, if you will, is we've all watched our parents and our grandparents perhaps deteriorate far too soon, far earlier than perhaps they should have. And being far better educated today, and our children will be in 20 and 30 years, and their children, what we're doing is we're taking advantage of what is working, what is able to help us absolutely look better, feel better, and restore the retirements that maybe you experienced a loss in, as I did, over the course of this recession. So thank you so much for being here. And Amy Videwolf is going to, while she's here, she's going to be taking the night off. And Amy is one of our top leaders in this company, and as a mother of two, married to Rick and having two restaurants, Amy's been able to reach the top rank, the pinnacle of our company, even with raising two children, managing restaurants, etc. So Amy, thanks. Have the night off, and we'll see you next Wednesday. And the fact of the matter is, we're all simply living longer, aren't we? 20 years ago, the life expectancy was far less than it is today. And when asked, as you can see on this picture, how long do you think you'll live to? People are saying, at minimum, into their 80s and 90s. Is your retirement set up for that? Are you able to sustain a high quality of life for the extra 10, 15 years that we'll be experiencing? And we are glad that you're here because we're all people from all walks of life. We're moms and dads, lawyers, housewives, firemen, makeup artists, nurses, medical doctors, military personnel, right? And the community that we have created in a time when there's very little fun happening anywhere is fun, and it is exciting and extremely rewarding. So what is it that we're talking about? Liquid Biocell. And Liquid Biocell is an incredible patented product that you're going to be hearing about in the next couple of minutes by our very own Dr. Kathy Dudick, MD. She recently hit the leadership rank of Endeavor 4 in our company, and she is a wife to Steve, a mother to Petra. She's a trauma surgeon and chief of trauma and the chair of critical care for the Atlantic Care Hospital Systems. Former military, United States Air Force major. Thank you so much for your service, Kathy. And what is it that she loves about this product and our business from the perspective of a medical doctor? And that's what's very compelling for so many people. So allow me to introduce Dr. Kathy Dudick, who's here on the West Coast with us and visiting us in San Francisco. So Dr. Kathy, please take.
Hi. Can you all hear me? Okay, so thank you all for joining. I always like talking about Liquid Biocell. And I am here on the West Coast, so I'm a little bit casual today. And I love talking about this product. I speak to you today as both a clinician and as a product consumer and a product advocate and businesswoman. And I tell you that because I take my credentials very seriously, and I want you to know I've done the research so that I feel very comfortable putting my reputation behind this product and this business publicly. So what is Liquid Biocell? Well, it's really a revolutionary nutraceutical that works, and it's documented with good scientific data. What we're so excited about is this is beauty from the inside out. We all want to look our best, and we all want to feel our best. And Liquid Biocell lets us do this. Liquid Biocell is a combination of 3 very important proteins in our body: hyaluronic acid, type 2 collagen, and chondroitin sulfate. And taken together, these are the things that we lose as we age, and that over time contribute to the development of joint discomfort. And we effectively now can replace these by mouth. Hyaluronic acid in particular is a huge molecule available in its native form only by injection. You may have heard of Silex for joints or Juvederm for the skin. Hyaluronic acid binds fluid and plumps out the tissues. So this is what accounts for us going basically from a plum to a prune as we age. What you see there is the effect of loss of hyaluronic acid. The loss of hyaluronic acid, or HA, it's easier to say, occurs immediately at birth. And there's an enzyme in our body called hyaluronidase that breaks it down. We also start to lose collagen as we age, especially as we hit our 30s. And these taken together result in the effects we normally associate with aging. But in a 12-week clinical trial of our product added to a patient's diet, what you see here is a complete resolution of dryness without the use of topical moisturizers. This Liquid Biocell underscores the integrity of all of our connective tissue. So the clinical trials really demonstrate the effect. And I can tell you that personally, I have experienced this effect because normally this time of the year, my hands are already raw from all the scrubbing and the cold weather throughout the winter, no matter how much moisturizer I've put on. And my hands are actually spectacular. And I don't know if you can see it, but they're wonderful. And I am so excited about what this has done for me. Similarly, as I mentioned, hyaluronidase, the enzyme that breaks down your native hyaluronic acid, is reduced over time by the addition of our product. And that's one of the things, again, that can make our skin age. Seeing is really believing. On our website, you'll see lots of before and after cases documented. You see complete improvement, dramatic really improvement of the skin lines around the cheeks. And this is just from taking our product topically, orally, 2 ounces in the morning and 2 ounces in the evening. Similarly, the frown lines above the forehead were dramatically improved in this patient. This is one of our business partners, Carolyn, and you can see the improvement in her over a period of 3 months as she took our product orally. So, everybody says, well, what are the side effects? And I like to say that Liquid Biocell gives side effects a good name because, as I said, underscoring the integrity of all of our connective tissue, what you feel is improvement in joint mobility, reduced discomfort, and it promotes healthy cartilage and connective tissue. So that's pretty dramatic. There's nothing else like it on the market, and it's patented. If you look at this 12-week study done with Liquid Biocell versus a placebo, over 90% of the patients experienced a significant improvement in joint discomfort. And as this was taken out over time, some experienced complete resolution. So in terms of helping us look our best and feel our best, Liquid Biocell is the answer. And what this demonstrates is that these 3 proteins really underscore the integrity of our joints as well as our skin. And so by replacing these, we can actually, I think I like to say I found the fountain of youth in a bottle. And it's very exciting. You can argue with the science, and I don't want to bore you with a biochemistry lesson, but it's really hard to argue with the results. And I encourage you to put this in your body and see what your body has to say about it. So it's no surprised really that our products already won multiple industry awards. And that's because it does what it says it does. I think all of us have tried things in the hopes they would work, and this really does. Now, the liquid biocell component is actually colorless and tasteless. So the company has packaged it in a delivery system of a delicious group of antioxidants that we'll talk about in a little while. And they've also added resveratrol, which all of us should be taking for our heart health. That's the thing in the skin of red wine grapes that contributes to our cardiac health. I was taking high doses of resveratrol prior to learning about liquid biocell. And so I was really excited, especially for you ladies. Heart disease is underdiagnosed in women, and you really need to take care of your heart. And once again, the company thought enough of its own product that this is protected by 7 U.S. and international patents. And that really says something. I've done patent work, and it's hard to get a patent. And it takes a lot of tenacity and commitment. But when you know you have something valuable, you patent it. So this antioxidant delivery system that I mentioned is really important from a physiological perspective. You've heard of a lot of these superfruits. And again, I was juicing with a lot of these superfruits before I heard about liquid biocell. In our trauma unit, we use high-dose antioxidants because we have good scientific data that show they improve outcome and even mortality. So we use high doses. What our liquid biocell life blend gives us is 13 superfruits: pomegranate, acai, grape, blueberry. You see them here. Whole food sources of antioxidants that help mitigate free radical damage. If you've ever left an apple out on the counter after it's been cut, it starts to turn brown, or you've left a hose out in your backyard over the summer or the winter, and you find it later and it's lost its pliability and it's cracked, you understand what free radicals do. So these fruits are very rich sources of antioxidants and phytonutrients, and they're very good for our bodies. And really, as much as I love this product for what it does, my love for this business is even greater because of what this product represents to the people that need it and the needs of our generation now. So these superfruits were brilliant in terms of physiology because they really help your body. But in terms of marketing, they were similarly brilliant because there are many companies out there that their entire business and marketing plan is dependent on just one of these fruits. And you really can't patent a fruit. It's God's fruit. So our company has said, we have, for the goji people, we have goji. For the noni people, we have noni. We have all those good things and more because we're the only ones that have liquid biocell. So I am going to, with that, turn it over back to Mike Latuka, really a business genius that's really helped me grow my business. And I can tell you that, I apologize. Let me just tell you, from our original product blend, we've advanced to different formulations to hit additional target markets. Our liquid biocell skin not only has the liquid biocell component of our life, but it has other antioxidants, phytonutrients, ceramides, vitamin C, and bamboo that really target skin, because there's a segment of the population out there that really, the younger population, that may be looking to offset the effects of time and aging, and maybe don't have joint health yet. So this is a great product for them. Similarly, our liquid biocell sport is targeted for athletes with branched-chain amino acids that help speed recovery and help you go faster and longer. We also have a topical line of Stromoderm, and this really helps us marry the inside and outside approach to beauty. To penetrate the deepest layers of the skin, you really need a quality skincare product. And with the biocell component of our Stromoderm line, you really get that. And as we talked about the clinical trials with our Life Blend, also the clinical trials with our topical blend are similarly amazing. Over 8 weeks, using just the topical stromoderm, there was almost a 50% decrease in deep lines and wrinkles of the face. And what it doesn't say here is an over 30% increase in the collagen content of the skin. This was a very well done clinical trial, and photo instruments were used to judge the change in skin. It wasn't just subjective observations of the researchers. So marrying the two, beauty from the inside and beauty from the outside, it's just a winning combination. And when people saw what these products were doing for them, they really lobbied the company to make something for their companion animal. So we have Liquid Biocell Pet. And from that, it was really the veterinarians' lobby seeing the results in companion animals who asked the company to do something for horses. And both of these deliver similar results to what I've seen and experienced personally with the Life Blend. And I've used them in my own animals and highly recommend them. And truly it's remarkable because animals don't even have the placebo effect. So the product works. I'm going to turn it back to Mike now. And he's been a great partner. He's a twice honorably discharged United States Marine. And Mike, I thank you for your service as well. Husband of 5, grandfather of 3, and the first top-ranking male in this company. And he will tell you more about the business opportunity, because as much as people want to look their best and feel their best, I think what bothers them more than their wrinkles or their joint discomfort is an inability to meet their financial obligations or spend family time because they might have to work that second job. So having a plan B is always a good idea, especially in this day and age. So Mike, I'll turn it back to you.
Thanks, Dr. Kathy. Awesome job as always, and thank you. Yes, and I couldn't agree more with the business component that we're talking about. You know, when I got involved with this company now 4.5 years ago, coming on my 5th year this June, I had a decision to make. The business that I had founded in 1991 had become obsolete over time. I had watched my company go from incredible earnings and a lifestyle that it offered my family and I and all my children and the quality of life that we had go away as a result of nothing that I necessarily did wrong, but due to my 3rd recession. And this last recession has been so impactful to so many millions of families that I found that if I can reinvent myself and then teach that, become financially solvent, to become financially free, and by reinventing myself, by letting go of what no longer works and embracing what does work. And the reason that I selected this industry is specifically because it's a recession-proof industry. In a good economy, direct sales, multi-level marketing, network marketing does exceptionally well. But in bad economies, it flourishes even better as a result of simply those folks that have lost income having to figure out how to gain that income back. Because the bills don't stop, right? But if the income stops and we have the bills, we've got to figure it out. So I was able to do that, and I was blessed with good health and stamina and a desire. And that afforded me a chance to reinvent myself and become the first top-ranking male in this company's history. And now what I do is simply teach the business. And when we have credibility of Dr. Kathy Dudick, MD, behind us, explaining that the science is good, the results are sound, and we couple that with the business component being taught in an accelerated manner, those that need an income to replace their retirement, perhaps, replenish it, those are the folks that I look forward to meeting and working with. But I can tell you that there's some nuances about this industry. This industry had never been embraced in this country until the last 3 years. You never would have read about network marketing or direct sales or multi-level marketing in any of these magazines or newspapers. And the reason for that is there's been a major shift in marketing in the world. And we're recognizing it here, first and foremost, which is what has attracted billionaires to this industry that are buying up these companies because they see the handwriting on the wall, which is television commercials, advertisements via email campaigns, radio advertisements, other. People are no longer stopping to watch commercials float through them with the remote control to another channel. And the same with radio stations. If the song you like comes to an end and it's a commercial, don't you go to another radio station? Of course we do. So all those things are part of the reason why I needed to reinvent myself, was because the things that no longer are working, we must let go of. And a great example of that is email campaigns. 5 years ago, the computers didn't have a little spam folder built in, but they do today, where all that now junk mail is automatically forwarded into that folder so you didn't have to deal with it. And the point is, aren't there companies paying lots of money to still do that? Because that's all that they know how to do. Right? So what I'm encouraging people to do is let go of what no longer works and embrace what is working. And the wonderful part of this business is it's something you can do part-time. You don't have to quit the plan A to enjoy the plan B. And the reason this industry is exploding is for all those reasons. Nobody trusts advertisements anymore. What they are trusting is what their friends and family are telling them that works and also doesn't work, right? A good restaurant, a bad restaurant, a great movie, a bad movie, right? And of course, products that can help us feel and look better while also replacing some very needed income. But for me, with 5 children and my wife who loves Nordstrom's, and if you know what Nordstrom's is, you'll know that that's a very nice store. And when you have a family of the size that I do, I needed to replace a big income. I needed to know if I could build it big in this industry because I had not been in this industry prior. So the questions I asked were, are the products exceptional? And knowing that there's never been a product that can do what our products are doing, that makes them extremely exceptional. And then the company thought enough about their products to patent them. And via extension to my business, that offers me protection. Is the company rock solid and destined for greatness? And can I share this with my friends and family in a way that's easily duplicatable so that they can understand how to build it big as I have? Right? So those were very big questions. And first and foremost, I started with the company. Our company is a proven leader. 20 years of research and development, manufacturing expertise in the dietary supplement field, and completely debt-free. We just bought our second building in Anaheim, which I'll get to in a minute. But as Dr. Kathy mentioned earlier, they also have 7 U.S. and international patents. And I can tell you, I had a golf product that I patented over 20 years ago, and the value of that was extraordinary. So I knew if I was going to get involved in this industry, it wasn't going to be with a startup company or a company that didn't care enough about their own products to invest in having them protected with patents. So our company is debt-free, as I said, and we did just move into our second 50,000 square foot building just 5 months ago. Our leadership at the corporate level comes from Harvard, Stanford, Cornell, and Rice universities, and our cutting-edge patented technology is award-winning. 37 clinical research studies, good science, as Dr. Kathy indicated. And then for me, I needed to understand this industry more, so I did some research, a lot of research. And I found that the way to create wealth in this industry is not to join a company that has already gone global, because everybody's heard of them. So the coup in this industry is to find a rock-solid company with highly consumable products that they protect with patents. Prior to those companies taking those patented products, that was key and that was critical. And today, being in formulation opens up such a vast opportunity for anybody and everybody. And I guarantee you, if you're a guest here today, you will hear about this company again. And at that point, I'm hoping that you're the one talking about it. Now, training and support was that other element. Is it duplicatable? Is it something that I can share easily with friends and family to afford them the same opportunities? Well, I'm proud to say that Amy Bidewolf Enterprise and myself were 2 of the 7 enterprises in the room when we crafted this 6-step success cycle training. And the analogy was, before we go global, we got to make sure the wheels of our go-kart are on tight. You guys remember go-karts when we were growing up? Right? You go to A&P or go to Pathmark back on the East Coast and take a cart and rip the wheels off and just mount them onto a piece of plywood and off we went down the hill. Well, we're a little bit smarter these days, and what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that these wheels are on tight so that we can endure anything. And our 6-step success cycle training offers anybody, regardless of how much time they want to invest, the opportunity to experience success. Now, we all know that a plan A pays our bills. The plan B gives you the options. It helps to create wealth. It allows us to work part-time. It also offers us tax benefits as if you were an incorporated business, and it's recognized by the federal government as such. A home-based business has great tax advantages, but having 2 checks is better than 1, and we know this. And that's what we focus on, is allowing you to pay your bills with your plan A while teaching you over a period of time how to have options. Options being able to say to your boss, you know what, I'm going to fire you. You're done. I quit. When your income gets to a point that it exceeds your plan A, that's certainly an option, as it was for me. I closed my office doors in 6 months when I went over $10,000 a month in income with this company. And that showed me the power of residual income, being getting paid and compensated tomorrow and 10 years from now for what we did last year. And let me give you a great example of that. A realtor is a perfect example in that when they go to escrow and they close escrow on a home that they've sold, they get their commission check. But now they're out of work. They've got to go find another house to sell or another client to sell a house to. That's called transactional income. And folks, that's part of what no longer works today. It is. Because what is working is residual income, working smarter and having hundreds of people supporting your business, allowing you to experience a leveraged income that rewards you month after month for things that you did years ago. So how do we get started? Now, let me before I jump into the slide, let me make a statement. If you decide that you just want to try the product, folks, there's no pressure involved in this business. And frankly, we don't want to push you into this business if you're not interested in being in the business, because that takes valuable time away from us in helping those that really want this. Okay, so please understand that if you see the value of the products that Dr. Kathy explained, enjoy them with no pressure. If you decide at some point that you'd like to learn how to get them for free, we'll be happy to share that with you. But getting started as a wholesale consumer, you would invest a $39.95 fee. That's your Costco membership, if you will. That gives you the chance to have the products at the cheapest possible price of $140 per case, which is 1 month's supply of 2 ounces in the morning and 2 ounces at night. Now, if you decide that you want to put your toe in the water and try this business out with us, it's the exact same cost, $39.95. But what we're going to ask both of you as a consumer and as a business partner is to be on auto shipment for a minimum of 90 days, because every one of our clinical research studies are predicated on 90-day studies. Okay, so the analogy is it's taking your body forever to get as messed up as it is. So give it half a hockey season to figure itself out with our incredible patented product. And again, we will show you how to get it for free if that's something that you might be interested in doing. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And if you want to see how serious we are in our training and support, and you're a guest here tonight, stick around, because in 11 minutes, I'm going to be sharing a very short 10 to 15 minutes of training to get the ball rolling, to show people how to accelerate this business properly with integrity. And that'll be a great opportunity. So thanks, everybody, for being here. And if you have any questions, you can certainly type them in and we'll stick around and answer them. So thanks again. And thank the person that invited you. Ask them why they got involved. Ask them what's the level of support truly like. And I'm sure you'll be pleasantly surprised. So thanks again.